Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tiffany. I am an expat living in Greece and I'm coming to you from my hotel room in Naxos. I'm traveling most of this summer, so if you want to see more of my Greek travels, make sure that you subscribe for all of my Greek adventures. Let's get into the Greek travel restrictions for September because a lot has changed and a lot may be changing. I'm not sure. So earlier this week, the EU announced that they are recommending to the member countries to ban American citizens if they are unvaccinated. Now, each country can decide what they want to do, and so far, as of today, September 1st, Greece has not announced what they're going to do. And it's unlikely that they will until after September 3rd because that's when the current restrictions that they have in place expire. So stay tuned to the news. I will put a link to the English-Greek newspaper that you can check to see if anything changes, and also to the official government website. However, it usually takes them a few days to update that with the new restrictions. I will also update in my community tab so that if you need to know very quickly, you can check there. You can always come back to this video and leave me a comment, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. So, what does that mean for you if you're still coming before these new things get enacted? So, if you want to come to Greece, you either need to be vaccinated, have a negative PCR or rapid test, or somehow prove that you've had COVID in the last 6 months. You also need to be on the list of countries that you are allowed to enter from. And what I mean by that is it's not dependent on where your passport is from, it's dependent on where you're coming from. So let's say you're an American living in Japan. That's the only thing that matters, is that you're coming from Japan, not that you're American, although I believe right now both countries are allowed into Greece. I hope that makes sense. Ask me in the comments below if it doesn't. The other big thing that's changing here in Greece is that on September 13th through March of 2022, Greece has decided to enact some new internal restrictions. They are that if you want to go inside almost anywhere except for shops, you need to be vaccinated or have a negative test within the last 48 hours. So this applies to any museum, any indoor archaeological site, any kind of indoor entertainment venue like a movie theater or a stadium. It also applies to the gym. Now, some of these things may not matter to you because you're like, well, I'm not going to go to the movies or the gym while I'm on vacation. But you're probably going to want to go to a museum, and you probably want to go to an archaeological site, although most of them are outside, so that shouldn't be too big of an issue for you. So, but if you're coming and you're not vaccinated, you may have to take several tests while you're here in Greece to be able to do these things. It also applies if you want to eat inside, although most people in Greece, even through the winter, we eat outside. So that shouldn't be a huge issue. Most restaurants have outdoor seating, so you should be able to eat no problem, no matter your status. So it's one of those things that you need to be prepared for, that if you're coming, you need to factor that into the budget of your trip. Because if you have multiple people coming with you and you want to say, go to a museum, you need to factor in that you may need to take a test to get in there after September 13th. These restrictions are also not set to expire until March of 2022, which I'm not surprised by. Greece has been super cautious throughout this whole pandemic, and they're really trying to encourage lots of people to get vaccinated, and this is one of the ways. Some other restrictions apply, but they're mostly for people working here in Greece, so you shouldn't need to worry about that. Now, there are restrictions within Greece as well. You can't just come and move about freely. To either go to the islands or return from the islands to the mainland, you also need to present either a vaccine or some kind of test, either PCR or rapid test. This only applies to people 12 and above. If you are unvaccinated, child wants to go, they also need to take a test if they're between the ages of 12 and 18. So it's something that you need to look into the details. I will put a link to all these restrictions down below. It's the official government website. However, Greece is not super fast about updating this website, so some of the information I'm giving you right now is not on this website, but I swear to you that it is true. The other thing is that here in Greece, we have a green COVID pass. It hasn't been developed into an app yet, but on our certificates of vaccination, we have a QR code that can be scanned with an app specifically for Greece. Now, they haven't really specifically said that you can get this green pass. They have put on the official government website a link that allows you to register, but one of my subscribers has already tried it and it didn't work for him. So it may be that it's still kind of in the works, especially since September 13th hasn't come yet. It may not be fully functional until then. So you need to fill out your passenger locator form, and then if you want to, you can try to apply for this green pass. The links for both of those are down below. I suggest doing the PLF form and then the green pass because it may be dependent upon one or the other. And it may be something that you have to do once you're here. If I find out more information about this, I will put it in the community tab along with any other changes that happen in the month of September. I will be updating there. I'm also going to be updating as much as possible over on my Instagram stories because I feel like that's probably a little bit more visible for most of you than the community tab. If you have any questions about coming to Greece, what you need to do while you're in Greece, please leave me a comment below and I will get back to you as soon as I can. And I will see you guys in my next video.